I'm just going to talk briefly about this whole border fiasco that's been going on. That seems to pop up every few months or years or so, and it's just all that CNN and Fox can talk about for a week or two straight. If it's not trans people or China or something, it's the border. Right now, it's the border. There is, and ironically, this whole discourse of Democrats not wanting to secure the border came up again because Democrats brought up a bill to secure the border, of course, because it's not good enough, and to some people, and then it's like, oh, I want to, just let everyone in for the party. That's the narrative going on, I guess. But anyway, this is a bipartisan bill. A lot of people want to pretend that it's not bipartisan because they aren't happy with the terms, or they're pretending not to be happy with the terms because it's politically, uh, motivated to. But it has a bunch of bullshit for war stuff, for the military, and then also 14.5 billion for the border. Um, so $14.3 billion for Israel. I have mixed feelings on that going on over there. Yeah, 61.4 billion for Ukraine, and this is the biggie. Yeah, so I personally support sending, supporting Ukraine because it's sort of like it's within America's interests to, and also American citizens' interests to, main for our allies to have as much control over their land as possible, because we're keeping their grain and their people and their values within the Western Hemisphere. I mean, not hemisphere, the Western diaspora. You know, keeping, as much as Ukraine can repel Russia without direct NATO and American intervention against Russian troops without loss of actual NATO, lives. That's a win for Americans. And that's not to say that their lives don't matter, but obviously Americans don't want to lose American soldiers' lives over there. So that's what this money is for. And Ukraine is doing our dirty work for us. It's like we should be. It's like realistically, we want to maintain our Western democratic values, across the world. We should be begging Ukraine to take our money. It's like realistically, we don't want Putin inching up on NATO's doorstep, with his fascism. But I mean, that's what Republicans are. They're fascists, and they support Russia. They don't support Ukraine, so that's why they don't want sending money to Ukraine. But yeah, this is. But obviously, what's going on is there's two things. So for one, the Republicans are saying we want to not send money to Ukraine more than we want to secure the border. But realistically, nobody really wants to secure the border if they're smart, because immigrants do all the dirty work that a lot of Americans don't want to do, and they're overwhelmingly good for the economy. They're mostly coming from Mexico and South America. They're really hard workers and mostly secular or Catholic. They're not. If they were coming from Syria and Palestine and one of these countries where they're coming with really fundamentalist fascist like Islamic beliefs, then that would be different. But coming here, and they're very good for our country and economy. So Republicans pretend that, at least, no, the dumb Republicans, which is most of them, actually do oppose immigration. The elitist Republicans just pretend to, because it's politically beneficial for them. But anyway, they're not signing this because, yeah, I mean, making compromise isn't something in a fascist playbook. And so they're talking about who's really wanting to secure the border. I mean, just let them speak for themselves. Border funding, and that's what this is for. $14.5 billion for a border. And there's also this whole bullshit with saying, the governor of Texas rallying the National Guard to basically oppose the feds and like stand off against the national government. I don't know if so. That's not the same as sedition, but it sort of seems like treason. Like, I'm not sure why they haven't called for the governor's arrest, and because it's like, yeah. We saw what happened with this the last time with the Confederacy. We seen how that worked out for them, but I mean, this is, you want to close the border, you got to make some sacrifices. And ironically enough, the sacrifice is something that's actually in America's interest. So it's overall just a good bill. It's some, I don't know, but Israel kind of has a lot of their own. They're sort of holding their own, not quite like Ukraine. Israel is really hard, and as I said, I have mixed feelings on that, but it's really stupid to be holding this up, just. But I mean, that's what fascists do. They want to increase tensions and get people talking about a civil war, and blah blah blah. But that's yeah, that's it. And they said that Biden was trying to send people in to cut the razor wire that the Texas put in place to stop immigration. And then the Democrats came back and said, oh no, we were doing that with the support of the Supreme Court, so to send in the border to patrol and secure the border, like, I guess in a different way. So they're saying, like, okay, we're just, instead of razor wire, we're gonna patrol it instead. So that's just sort of like an argument about the method of, I mean, obviously, if you want to secure the border, you want to have the best wall, you want to have the best material, and you want to patrol it, And so just some short razor wire isn't going to be enough. It's fairly easy to cut through that shit. And yeah, I'm sure that $14.5 billion will be enough for better materials and better patrolling for a decent amount of time. And yeah, I couldn't tell you the best way to secure a border. That's up to them. But it's very clear that that this is a bipartisan bill, that that both sides are willing to secure the border, and the Republicans are just pretending that they don't want to so that they can score some political points and roll up their base. But yeah, that's where I'm gonna end this. Subscribe to my channel. And yeah, politics, there's compromise and sacrifice in politics. You gotta learn. Yeah, I had this ready as well. A way of reaching agreement in which each person or group gives up something that was wanted in order to end an argument or dispute. So yeah, I mean, I don't know what else to tell you, but you don't always, I probably shouldn't start singing. You don't always get what you want, yeah, you don't always get what you want, and yeah, if you want to secure the border, you're gonna have to support our allies. I don't know what else to tell you. Otherwise, I guess you don't want to secure it that much. But peace out. Good night. Yeah, have a good one.